That's also pretty good. Speaking of...
Which makes it just all the more baffling that they edited out the sex scene. Anyway.
Speaking of deplorable violence, I would like to go to my notes here for this dungeon that I have. Because I recall you all murdered a sentient doll. And I would like to just refer to my notes that says that she loves you all unconditionally. And yet, you still murdered her.
I did not get the
this
feeling.
Is just a,
burying
this is
her
just a
alive.
It's just a companion cube thing. Like, there are obviously hundreds of those things, and they're all sentient, but they're disposable.
Or was she programmed to love us? What is free will?
Was it real love or just a facsimile of love?
Irrelevant to the point where you all murdered her in cold blood.
She didn't pay the 6 platinum pieces.
It's turning an automation off murder?
Yes. I mean, from the perspective of the automation, absolutely.
Every time we teleport, is that actually murdering the originals and making copies?
Yes. There's a whole thing about, like, Star Trek teleporters on YouTube. You didn't watch it?
Oh, that was the whole joke. Actually, the best one of those I saw was a trolley problem where you can teleport the trolley, but all the passengers are screaming because they believe teleportation to murder them and create copies.
So every time Seeker Dimension doors, there's just like
another dead Seeker.
yeah.
I
For some reason,
thought that was space folding.
so we're all like evil now, right? Like our alignment changed.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
But no, if like your lights, if your office lights were sentient, then yeah, hitting the light switch would be murder. And the lights would tell you that if they could talk. I mean, I guess they could like blink Morse code at you, maybe.
Well, that would require them to be turned off, so they'd kill themselves.
No, you can blink your eyes without dying.
Do you not know how lights work?
Listen, getting into the mechanical and or electrical and or biological realities of sentient lights is completely irrelevant to the point that you guys murdered a doll that loves you all unconditionally.
I feel like that's a lie, but okay. For the sake of expediency.
It's not a lie. It's in my notes. I have it written down here.
Listen, you can write one thing down, but actions speak louder than words.
Authorial bias.
So that raises an interesting question, though. What action did this doll do that justified you murdering her in cold blood?
Well, she had the unfortunate... She did the unfortunate thing of being required to progress in the dungeon.
You don't know that.
Murdered her.
It was just the first thing you tried.
Well, I tell you what, Brick Road.
Yes.
If we find another solution, I will apologize to the doll.
She's dead.
Fucking Jigsaw over here trying to weasel his way out of the puzzle he set up.
There is a new Jigsaw movie coming out, and I'm very excited because it has Sam Jackson and Chris Rock. It's gonna be great.
Jigsaw going over here like, well, you know, I mean, there may have been more than one key. Like, whatever.
I mean,
you immediately thought to kill it. What does that say about you? Like,
McDohl, I know you don't want to enter an actual long-form academic discussion of the Saw movies, but I am capable of doing that, and I am in danger of doing so if pressed too far.
Or if not pressed too far from my
I will
experience.
remind you once again, we have known each other for 20 years. My hand is hovering over that button.
He's like, alright, I hope Brickroad starts ranting about Saw movies. I got some game show shit that's just on deck, ready to go.
One of those like mutually assured destruction scenarios.
Yeah.
Not really. Because, I mean, this is a conversation we've had 40 million times. Well, we're actually having two different conversations. And I'm just talking about some shit that I'm obsessed with that he doesn't care about. And he's talking about some shit that he's obsessed with that I don't care about. And this could go on for days. And in fact has gone on for days. In a way, the death of AOL Instant Messenger was a huge quality of life improvement for both of us.
I mean, you have other options now, Brick Road.
I feel like if we still had access to all of those Instant Messenger logs, you could data mine it for 5 minutes and get us both sanctioned.
Half of those
By the
logs you're
UN
talking about
Security Council?
Survivor. Like, come on. Did you see the dumb shit Boston Rob did last night? What was he thinking? Like,
What dumb shit? I can't remember Boston Rob ever doing any dumb shit. He's always awesome.
I'm sure he did something.
No.
That's why we're messaging each other about it.
Not about Boston Rob, surely. He's awesome.
See?
This is the shit we're talking about. The first thing I ever saw Boston Rob do was betray his best friend in the world on Survivor, which is exactly what you guys did in this dungeon to this doll. So I want to get back on the subject of the doll. So in 100 words or less, why did you guys betray a doll that loved you all unconditionally?
That's why.
Don't love us.
It's the ultimate expression of love. Self-sacrifice.
Is it self-sacrifice if she's begging you not to sacrifice her?
Doesn't sound like unconditional love to me.
Yeah.
That sounds like love on the condition that you don't sacrifice her to the infernal machine that she's built into.
This all right here, just
One conditional love.
this is what happens. This dungeon right here is what happens to adventurers after a lifetime of adventure and losing having all of this money to build this kind of garbage and absolutely no common sense or qualms of anything.
I look forward to the Eldov dungeon then.
There already was an
We've
Eldov
already been
dungeon.
through the Eldov dungeon.
This is why all Artificer degrees should require taking a course in ethics.
There's like the Artificer version of the Hippocratic Oath.
Yeah.
I will not build.
If you're going to
death
create sentient life, you damn well better be prepared to deal with that.
So,
Like, what is Scrappy's opinion on what we did to the doll?
what side of the morality issue does Dr. Light fall on then?
Oh,
'Cause-
Dr. Light's evil,
Okay.
right?
Oh yeah.
Because he invented sentient life, whose job was to be like a trash compactor.
Right.
Right.
And then he sends his robot son, who he insists he loves, to go murder that sentient life when it steps.
I mean, I
out
think
of
that the best case for Dr. Light being evil is the end of life chips built in the end of Mega Man 9.
Yeah.
This was so... What a terrible plot that it was. I was, like, legitimately traumatized by that game. I played it, like, 6 times before I ever bothered reading the story, because it's story in a Mega Man game. Who cares?
Right.
No, but yeah, no, it's absolutely horrible.
Reploids are so fucked up as a species, you don't have to look very far, apparently.
Right.
Right. Like,
And then Mega Man 11 is even... Well, it's not worse, but it still is... Like, they're in college, and Dr. Wily's like, I have this awesome new technology, and they're like, no, we must inhibit your technology. For no reason. You're not allowed to do it.
You mean 11's a prequel?
Kind of. So then Dr. Wily's just like, screw you guys, I'm just gonna be evil then.
it's like that dinosaur. It's like I don't want to cure cancer. I want to make.
I want to make dinosaurs.
But
But,
dinosaurs.
Again, we are digressing. You guys don't want to make dinosaurs. You guys want to murder sentient robots that love you unconditionally. That said,
How many gears would the dinosaurs have?
after murdering the sentient robot that loves you unconditionally... In fact, I'm going to underline unconditionally in my notes real quick.
Okay, you do that.
Yeah, there we go.
Double.
Yeah, you have fun with that.
Underline it twice.
I can. It's notepad.exe.
Oh.
But this door opened up. And inside... You guys found Mad Metal hanging from his arm stumps
Yeah.
with his breeches down around his ankles. And he's happy to see you.
Let's see about getting him down and then protecting his dignity a little bit.
Okay, what do you do?
First off, this room is clockwork and fucked up?
Looking into this room, there's this outer gear which is rotating clockwise, and is a little too thin and looks to be like too thin and unstable to stand on. There's this inner ring, and after looking at it for a few moments, you can't tell if it's rotating or not, because there's no markings on it, and there's nothing sitting on it. There's two platforms in the room that look stationary, and one of them, Mad Metal is on one of them, dangling from his arm stumps. And the other one, the one closer to the door, has nothing on it.
Is he conscious?
He's not moving, not making any sounds.
Okay.
It's probably been longer than 4 hours.
It's been like, what, 6 weeks?
Lucius, what do you do to protect Mad Metal's dignity?
Can I mage hand and pull his breeches up?
I bet you say that to all the girls.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I had a moment of panic about where that was going.
So you send your mage hand in,
Yeah, I'm gonna send my mage hand in.
get a hold of his breeches, and make a... we're going to have to call this a charisma saving throw.
Okay. I suppose I can allow that. As soon as I get a die out. 19.
Okay? Now, pulling your pants up, or in this case, pulling someone else's pants up, this is really a two-hand job.
Mm-hmm.
And you send your mage hand out, and you're dragging the breeches up his legs, and what you find is that the mage hand starts to flicker, like in and out of existence, and you concentrate harder on keeping it moving. You manage to get the breeches kind of pulled up and dangling on his tent before the mage hand vanishes. So you've preserved the man's dignity, but in doing so, for some reason, interacting with the breeches using magic. Has caused the magic to fizzle out.
So yeah, I think this has got some kind of weird magic dampening thing like previously. Good to know that. Before we try any more magic in here.
Hey, Alexander, can I have a couple of those like stone chip fake coins? Yes, no, maybe, possibly. I don't know how many you actually have.
Destil, you're muted.
I have 23 now that I've given you 2.
It always
all right.
delights me to just leave those awkward silences hanging. Those are the spaces where I feel the most alive.
I think I've been muted for like an hour, but whatever.
Hey, Destil's here. Here you are.
Hi, Destil.
First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to throw one of them onto the middle thing.
Okay.
Just underhand it real gently.
You do. And it lands there. And it stands stationary, telling you that the middle platform is not rotating.
Okay. The second one, I'm going to throw it at Mad Metal's stupid face.
And you flick it, and it bounces off his stupid face. Then
Right.
falls into the dark smoke underneath the gears.
Did he react at all?
No.
Okay. All right. He's not just like asleep.
Okay. Yeah. No. Well, I guess no wonder he wasn't.
Worry about that
responding
once we
to-
get him out of here.
Yeah, I guess that would be right. He wasn't responding to. Wait, but he was responding when like Seeker was giving him like high fives and shit to his real arms, right?
Not in any
Yeah, it was.
measurable way. Not in any coherent way, I should say.
So how is he hanging? Like, I can't picture the way he's hanging. So his
So remember,
arms are
he doesn't have arms as such.
right.
So he's got these little like stump cups, right, on what would be his upper arms, just below his shoulders.
Uh-huh.
The stump cups have little rings on them, metal rings that are hung up on hooks that are dangling from chains that go up to the domed roof of the room.
Okay. Gotcha. I was just wondering, like, is he hanging on hooks? And you answered my question.
Like, you could go up and physically remove him from the hooks, it looks like.
I'm just really
somebody-
concerned about walking.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be the one to lead the charge here, buddy.
All right. I'm gonna go.
He's like, I already magically touched his penis. Other than that, I'm not interested.
I'm going to pull Mad Metal off the hooks.
Okay, I need a saving throw of some kind.
Okay.
I thought I had this in my notes, but I don't. I'm just going to look up the spell.
I will roll a dice.
Sure.
It's probably going to fail regardless.
Ooh, that's too bad.
Are you dominable today?
Constitution saving throw.
I'm trying to think. Have we had a long rest since?
No, we haven't.
Okay. Then no, I'm not dominable. Then I am dominable. So that is a 9.
9. 7 points of fire damage as you jump out onto the center ring. Now, the center ring is really the only place there is to stand in the room. This outside gear looks too thin and unstable to stand on, other than this other platform. However, as soon as you jump out onto the ring, which doesn't move or buck under your weight, but it does instantly get engulfed in searing heat. The room becomes brightly illuminated as the ring turns white hot, and it shoots this hot, damaging fire through your boots and your socks and up your legs. And you're like, man, I'm sure glad I'm not wearing plate mail armor right now. So every round you spend standing on this disc trying to remove Mad Metal, you're going to sustain this damage. What's next?
Okay. I mean, I'm just gonna. Did the saving throw like basically stop me? I failed it, so I didn't pull him down.
No, we haven't even gotten to the part where you pull him down yet. You've just jumped out onto the ring. That's all that's happened so far.
Okay.
In response to seeing that, can I send Scrappy in there to aid him?
Probably, I would say typically yes, except Scrappy's also made of metal, which would just transfer the heat to Gus anyway.
Well, I'm just trying to give him like advantage on that check. If he's going to do like an athletics or something, Scrappy can usually help.
I think it should be fine. Statistically speaking, I have just as good a chance to roll as any of you.
Yeah, make a strength check.
Okay, just straight naked strength.
Straight naked strength.
All right. That is a 21.
Yes. No real difficulty getting out there other than the searing heat under your feet. And repeat that Constitution save, please.
Okay. That is 23.
23. That's 9 points of fire damage, which you can reduce to 4. And you manage to get back through the doorway holding Mad Metal's body. And his skin feels cold and clammy. And as you pull him down, he feels very rigid as you reach up to the chains and unhook him, cradle him in your arms as you dash back across the red-hot disc in the center of the room. As soon as you leap from it to the doorway, the disc fades again, and the room is engulfed again in darkness. You can see the smoke tendrils once again down under the gears. But his body goes from rigid to just limp after you've taken him down off of the chains and gotten back to the doorway. Well, there's one part of him that's not limp.
Does he have a pulse?
Make a medicine check.
That is a 22.
22?
Yeah.
He's definitely alive, but it seems that either he is under the effects of some form of magic or very recently was.
I'll drop a good berry in his mouth.
Okay, you drop a good berry in his mouth and you get your hand under his chin and make him chew it up and swallow it. But yeah, that was the difference. When you pulled him down from the chains, the body was completely rigid. Like the muscles were locked into place, and as soon as you got him down and started dashing across the room, his body went limp in your arms.
Mm-hmm. Is this door, by the way, open or closed?
That door is closed.
Okay. That's probably the alternate path that would have involved not sacrificing the sentient doll.
Can we just slump his body over Scrappy? Scrappy's a medium creature, but if he like doesn't take any attack actions or anything, can you carry him?
Yeah, sure, no problem.
He's got a saddle, so just strap him to that. We got some other straps around here, I'm sure. I want to try this door.
I'll
solve the puzzle.
I'll splay his arm stumps to the side and just run the rope through the rings across his
I mean,
belly.
yeah, he's got hooks.
Yeah. So,
He and Scrappy both have hooks. This is fine.
Oh my god. He's gonna wake up and be like, yeah, this is reasonable. So these double doors, they're unique in that they are two doors adjoined rather than only being one door. They look like they slide the same way as the other ones, but after trying each of them in all four directions, which I believe happened last session, you're not able to open either of them.
Yeah, last session we had tried it before we solved the doll puzzle, though.
No, they still do not open. The doll puzzle opened the south door.
Yep.
I like how he says the doll puzzle. What he means is the murder of a sentient creature that loves us all unconditionally.
the murder puzzle.
The murder
Fine.
puzzle.
Like they had.
I'm more upset about helpful.
Yeah. Helpful. You mean Eldo?
Yeah.
No,
No.
useful.
Is doing
He meant helpful, I
help.
think.
Useful.
Yeah.
Useful is
Helpful.
doing a lot of heavy lifting there.
Okay. I'm gonna just. Can I get to access to this door? Is there enough of a lip without me stepping onto the fire?
You have to shimmy across the lip here, but yeah, you can do it without touching one of the other gears.
Well, it's a good thing I'm not wearing plate mail to, make it easier to shimmy.
Right.
So
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
going to. I'm so glad that happened. I'm gonna try this door.
Okay. It's a curved door, curved outwards, and moving in which direction?
We'll try left and right.
Left and right, the door does not move. I mean,
Okay,
it
up.
shudders a little bit, but it doesn't open.
Yeah, we'll just try up and down.
And the same thing happens. Shudders a little bit in both directions, but it does not open.
I'm gonna try diagonal. Just like down and left at the same time.
Gus is dead. What are the rest of you doing?
Did we ever get this? We got this room up to 7, right?
Yeah, we never.
That was the
like,
last.
I'm pretty sure we didn't. Like,
That was how this area opened up, right?
Yeah, I think
Oh.
you're right about that.
Was there a there was one of those turn things in. Oh wait, I'm dead. I can't speak. I'm sorry. But there was one of those turn things in there, right?
I
Was
think
there? One of the sundials?
Yeah, one of the sundials. That's what it looks like. On
Oh,
my
you know,
map.
I don't think you guys actually did get into that room. My bad.
Yeah.
Because you
Yeah, I
guys
think that's currently set to 5.
you didn't have enough. It is. No, it's currently set to 3. No, 5. You're right.
Yeah, it's currently set to 5. We got the body out.
You guys didn't have enough slots to open up. The problem was I didn't save the table, and I had to erase everything again, and I had forgotten.
Yeah,
to
that's
do
why I thought
that.
we had gotten in there because that was a race. But yeah, you're right. We have to.
Let's
Does
probably.
anyone have anything? I'm completely tapped.
I have a total of I have 4 level 1 slots and 1 level 2 slot.
I'm tapped unless we take an hour break. In which case, I would be pumping 5 valencies of power into it because got 5th level spells now.
So we have a,
I have a level 1 and a level 2.
It's like we have jugs with that hold this much water, and we need to.
I think Gus. I think the best bet is for you to burn your level 2. I don't want to see what happens if it falls on a number that isn't represented.
I mean, it probably just doesn't open. I don't remember. Can we real quick write down the numbers? Like can we have like, can you run through what the symbol is again? So, because I don't remember like what the numbers were.
Oh, yes. That was something you guys had written on the
357
table.
and something else. I think Needle's death something.
3, 5, 7, and 2. We got a pen tool here, so this is 7.
Yeah, I think we currently think that 2 is probably to get back out. The way that closed when we went through it.
Oh, apparently 2 is the needles.
2 corresponds with the needle wall that you found, yes.
This door closed on us, didn't it?
It did.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I need 7. So we have 5 open. We need 7, huh?
So we need to use the level 2 to do it, and then we would have to get it back around to 5.
So you really need 12.
And we did get in there. I forgot what was in there.
There was a starved man was in that room. A trapped adventurer.
Who was very, very dead.
But not quite as dead as the doll that you all murdered, who loved you unconditionally.
Yes.
What's next?
So I think we should take the hour break for the Warlock spells, and then that way we can use his spell slots to very quickly like tick it back around, and then we could use like my spell slots to, because I've got 4 level 1 slots open, so we can use it to kind of like micro adjust, kind of big turns, little turns kind of thing. Does that make sense to everybody else?
I mean, I feel like there's only one setting left that we
I know,
haven't
but
opened.
this door will close when we put it to 7.
Does it? Was it closed when we put it to 3?
Yeah, you guys opened 3 first, and you set it to 5, and then this door opened.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we're gonna have to like go back.
Okay,
We have
that
to
seems reasonable to me.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
Question: what's in the grates? Are these
The
grates,
grates
here?
is just this like metal lattice work, and then looking down, you can just see the roiling smoke underneath. So far, nobody has done much with the grates.
Well, the last time we had like things that went down into the roiling smoke, clockwork spiders came out of it. So, and there is a dead man in here, right?
There is a dead man in here, yes.
Okay. Why don't we just... I'm not sure where the safest place to spend an hour would be.
I mean, that we have access to. It's this room because we have access to 2 rooms, and that one doesn't have a death cure.
Yeah, I guess we could try the hour in here, and if something attacks us, we can just be ready.
Try something else.
Yeah.
Okay. So you attempt to take an hour's rest in this room?
Yeah.
But you were unable to do so because the whole time you were all eaten alive by the guilt of the lifeless body of the robot, small doll, who you killed, who loved you unconditionally. No, go ahead and take the benefits of the short rest.
I cast a couple of mendings on Scrappy for what it's worth.
Sure.
I'm going to use some hit die.
You can spend hit die, but your plate armor does not grow back.
That seems rude.
By the way, it was after the session that I realized that I destroyed Treble's plate armor incorrectly. Because plate armor does not disintegrate at -5 AC because it gives more of a bonus than 5 AC. The rule is your armor is destroyed if the AC bonus it provides is reduced to 0. The -5 rule is actually from NetHack. However, in the combat you're in, the only difference is that my monster should have gotten more hit points back than he did. I only gave him 5 hit points. I think he should have gotten 8. So even though I screwed up, Treble, I want you to know your armor is still gone forever.
Yeah, it's fine.
Excellent.
I can go for one more hit point. One more hit die, rather.
As with everything in life, it always comes back around to NetHack for me.
Alright. So let's mark off another hit die.
So over the course of the hour in the room, as you guys are just kind of spending this somber hour with the faint noises of the clockwork shifts and gears moving in the walls all around you, and the roiling black smoke underneath, and Eldov's lifeless corpse laying in the room, and some other guy's lifeless corpse laying in the room, and Mad Metal's lifeless... So over the course of the hour, his skin goes from cold and clammy to it regains some color and becomes warmer to the touch. And it seems like he's begun breathing with more regularity. However, he is still not conscious. And his particular circumstance seems not to have abated.
That's distressing.
I know Alexander only has like a minor in alchemy, like, but is there like, did somebody feed him something? 'Cause it's quite frankly impressive. Can you think of any like chemical compounds? And why would
Is that a medicine check or an alchemist tools check, Rick?
I mean, without any kind of check, you can probably list all kinds of rumors and home remedies and like old wives' tales and concoctions and things. The degree to which they work or don't work is a state of much controversy in this world as in our own. However, as to the subject of alchemical Viagra, I'm sure you could think of something. But without actually examining his body through autopsy, it would not be reasonable to try to figure out what is actually affecting him at the moment. All you know for sure is that his body is now warm and kind of dough-like. He's got some chunk on him. But he does not seem to be in any distress. He's just unconscious and having nice dreams, let's say.
And strapped to the back of a mechanical badger through hook arms.
Which is fine.
I mean, that's just like a natural, like, it's a natural part of life for an artificer, I think.
Yeah, it just happens sometimes at Artificer School. You wake up and strapped to the back of a mechanical badger. I think that was Alexander's major, actually.
Yeah, how many times does Alexander come home drunk from, like, stuff on the back of Scrappy? Let's be honest.
So you take the hour. What's next?
Oh, you don't need this, Lucius. You murdered that dog.
So the plan is I throw some magic into that room to get it to rotate?
No, I throw a level 2 spell to get it to from 5 to 7, and then
and then you're here to get us back out.
Okay.
So, and then like you basically can be move the big numbers, and I can move the small numbers because I've got 4 level 1 slots in addition to my level 2.
So do I have to make any sort of check to hop out on top of one of these blade spindles again?
No. No, it's relatively easy to get from those platforms and back. So you all enter back in the room and get into some configuration on, what did Alex just call them? The blade spindles?
Yeah.
We'll go with that.
That works.
That's fine.
That works.
Perfectly fine.
Alright. I am going to use a level 2 spell slot to cast
Make it something flashy.
yeah, okay. Burning Hands, just out in the middle of the room.
Which one of you is on the platform that has the recess that needs to be moved down?
Is it this one?
I think
One-
I think it's that one.
Yeah, there was a circular indentation that one of you had to interact with that caused the middle part to flip over and the weird magic mouth to happen.
Right.
Okay, so who's doing that? Is it Gus or Connor?
Lucius was the one that was doing it last time, but it looks like they've already taken a position on that one.
I don't mind standing on it. Like, it didn't hurt anything.
Okay, so Gus,
As far as we saw.
so Gus,
You're the one casting magic, so.
when you depress the indentation, this door closes again. The thing flips. It does the whole rigmarole. The thing flips over. The top of it is the mirrored silver sheen, and then the big smoke comes up in a pillar, creates the numeral 0 in the middle of the room, and then the magic mouth says 0.
Oh, crap. It reset. Lucius, give us a 5.
So do you think we need to? Do you think we need to do it all at once? You think?
Wait, was that before or after we cast the Burning Hands?
Burning Hand hasn't gone off yet. Gus,
Okay,
step
right.
onto the
Yep,
platform
got
with
it.
the indentation first.
Okay.
Oh, I thought we cast a spell already. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
No.
I mean, it's an accumulator. It seems to just count, but if you want to do it at the same time, be flashy.
I don't know. I'm not about flashy, right? Well, actually, you know what? Lucius would be about flashy. Yeah. Have anything suitably fire to mess with that? No. How about I cast as a 5th level spell?
This is a big decision, apparently.
Yeah, actually it is, because... Yeah, no, is there enough space to where I could stand on the space where, actually, there's enough space where I could stand on where Scrappy and Alexander are?
If Alexander were riding Scrappy, yes. But right now, Mad Metal is riding Scrappy and Alex is standing on the disc. It wouldn't be safe to have more than 2 of you stand on each one of these.
Okay, then I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't do Thunderstep.
Do you want to switch places, Lucius?
No, it'll be okay. I'll just have to be selfish about this and cast Fly on myself at
Okay.
5th level.
Is that the only spell we're casting? Just Fly?
I'm going to cast Burning Hands as well.
As a level 2?
Yeah, level 2.
The effects of neither spell happen. You cast the spell. You expend the spell charge. But there's a streak of magic that leaves from your spell focus that gets sucked down the center hole of the room. And when that happens, you see the pillar of smoke, currently creating the 0 hanging in air, shift and move. And it creates the numeral 7. And you hear the magic mouth speak out. 7. And then this door opens up.
I'm just gonna I'm gonna let you guys investigate. I'll stay right here on the button.
Okay. So Connor and Lucius are going in to investigate.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay out here.
Okay, inside of this room, there is a solid gold cog set into the floor back here. And that is the only feature of the room. Looking at it from the doorway, it just looks like it's set into the floor.
Just a solid gold cog, huh?
That's what you see. You don't actually see,
Okay, then.
like, these pots or whatever. I guess this is supposed to be like a clock hand laying on the floor for whatever reason. That's not there.
Spare parts.
Right, spare parts.
Touch it. Touch it.
I mean,
Touch it.
Connor, shut up.
So, Lucius, you sort of had two options when it comes to touching it. Because looking at it, the cog is set into a recess in the floor, and it's got teeth around the outer edge. The recess it's set into, therefore, has teeth along the inner edge. And it looks like both are able to be rotated. You can either rotate the outer cog in either direction, which would cause the inner cog to rotate as well, or you could rotate the inner cog, which would cause the outer cog to rotate as well. Does all that make sense?
Yep.
In the center of the cog is a small, like maybe 6 or 7 inches in diameter, just chute or hole, bore down into the floor. And 10 or 12 feet below, you can see the roiling black smoke.
I'm going to reach down and rotate the cog clockwise, the center cog clockwise.
So you're going to rotate the inner one?
Yeah.
Okay. And you start rotating it clockwise, which starts rotating the outer cog counterclockwise. And this takes a fair bit of elbow grease to do. It feels like the machinery is well lubricated, but it still requires a lot of pressure to get it moving. It feels like there's a lot of tension in the system.
Especially with Lucius' 6 strength, got them noodle arms.
Use a lever, get some mechanical advantage.
I mean, you're not having any difficulties because you can feel the tension in the system. It's not super loose. So how far are you going to rotate it?
I'm going to say probably give it one full turn.
Okay. Rotate it 360 degrees. And when you do, you hear a soft click somewhere in the hole in the center, 10 or 12 feet below you. Just a metallic clicking sound.
Does it go any further if I keep pushing clockwise?
Yeah, you can keep rotating it. How much further do you want to go?
I'll go another full turn.
And after another full rotation, you once again hear a metallic click coming from 10 or 12 feet below you in that center hole.
All right, I'm gonna go another full. I'm gonna go full turn this time counterclockwise.
Okay. You go a full turn counterclockwise, and again, you hear a metallic click in the center hole.
Seems like there's some kind of detent that it's catching on when I get it, when I turn around a full turn. Alexander, what do you think?
Safe, maybe?
I'd say give it a sec. See if it'll go to a second position in the same direction. Try and give it another 360.
I'll go another counterclockwise.
Okay.
Again, once.
Turning it another turn counterclockwise after a full rotation, you hear a soft click, 10 or 12 feet below you in the hole.
Same thing.
Does it release back to its original position after you let go of it, or is it just latched there?
No, Lucius releases it and doesn't move on its own.
After you've completed the full rotation, you mean?
2 rotations.
When you remove it, it doesn't move at all. It stays put.
Looks like it's stuck fast now. I can continue to spin it, but it's holding its position.
Put it back the previous one rotation and see if it latches there again.
I'll do that.
Which direction?
Clockwise.
clockwise. You do another full 360 rotation clockwise, and I hear the soft click. When you pull your hand back, it stays put.
Anything going on out there, guys?
Nothing's happening out here in the large room. No, you guys are just continuing to, in herks and jerks and stops, move around this room in a clockwise fashion. The blade spinning underneath.
Does my dark vision give me anything down the center of the cog?
The problem with the center cog is it's not darkness; it's that roiling black smoke.
Yeah.
However, it's wide enough for you to stick your whole arm down there. Would you like to stick your entire arm into the hole?
I have an idea.
I don't have 12 feet of arm length, Brick Road.
I do. We do have several feet of halberd, and when I herk and jerk back, I'm gonna hand Connor the halberd. Here you go. My slightly dented halberd.
The community halberd.
It is the community halberd now. Like, listen, we don't have enough room to carry like a 10-foot pole. So
Why not? Of course you do.
Talking about it, I have a bag holding.
Alexander could make a retractable 10-foot pole that just slots into a space on Scrappy, like it just clicks into place like a Lego would.
Why don't we have that?
It's baby's work. We're gonna do a telescoping 50-foot pole when we get back to the lab.
Yes.
Excellent. I love it.
Connor hands Lucius the halberd.
Lucius is holding the community
Doesn't say
halberd.
anything.
I'm gonna put some pressure down into the hole with the butt of the halberd.
And how tall is the halberd?
I don't know. How long is a halberd?
I'd have to get my second edition arms and equipment guide down to know for sure.
Yeah.
It definitely wouldn't be,
Particularly long. It's probably only like 5 or 6 feet.
Yeah,
They have a big axe head.
because it's meant to be a
Halberd
swinging
is-
weapon, not a poking weapon.
Yeah, halberd is usually 5 to 6 feet long.
There you go. So Lucius,
You can just drop it. It's fine.
well, poking it down first of all. We'll start there. You find resistance. The tip of the halberd taps something metal as you poke it down.
Mm-hmm.
And looking down into the hole, you realize this is impossible. The smoke looks like it's 10 or 12 feet away. When you poke the halberd in, the tip of the halberd disappears beneath the smoke, which is way too far away, and taps something metallic underneath. And when you pull the halberd back, it's not magically 12 feet long.
That's weird. All right. Well, hopefully you guys can rig up some kind of arm fixiness for me. If the it might be sweet to have a metal arm. Lucius guts down on the ground, reach it, and puts his arm down to where he can reach down to the thing.
Can you think of a safe way to do that where no part of your body is touching either of these cogs? Or are you just laying down across the top of them to reach down?
Did the cogs move when I pushed the butt of the halberd down in there?
It did not.
Okay.
They stayed put. But I'm just picturing Lucius like laid down on his floor on his chest, reaching down into this hole. The only floor to lay down upon are the cogs, because you're reaching down into the center hole. I just want you to be aware of that. Is that your intent?
You know what? Let's try this instead. Lucius manifests Mage Hand
Okay.
in this room,
Okay.
and he uses the Mage Hand to hand the halberd over to Connor,
Okay.
and then he's gonna go down in there with Mage Hand.
Send the mage hand down
Mage
into the
hand down
into the smoke.
yeah.
And after the mage hand reaches down past the smoke, you feel the spell vanish. Nothing else terrible happens.
What the hell? What the hell? I just got some hit points back. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Yeah, I'm gonna lay down on my chest
Okay.
and try and reach my arm down in there.
You sure you don't want the halberd?
Make an
There might be something to grab in there.
intelligence saving throw.
Sure thing, buddy. Anything for you.
You're intelligent, right?
Allegedly.
Oh.
15.
I believe it's pronounced intelligent. You reach your arm down, and the same thing happens. The level of the smoke is a good 10 or 12 feet away. You know that because you're looking down the hole and you have spatial awareness, and it's been pretty consistent through most of the dungeon and most of the rooms that have this black smoke. 10 or 12 feet down is where it starts. However, when you reach down, you feel your hand go into the smoke, and you see the tips of your fingers, and then the back of your hand, and then your wrists, and then partway up your arm until it's all the way up to your elbow. So you're looking down this hole. You can look down the stretch of your arm, which you know is only arm length. Or you can look down the stretch of the hole, which you know is 10 or 12 feet long. And either way, you see your hand disappear all the way up to the elbow into the smoke. And you can feel something smooth and metallic with your fingertips there. And you realize
Pull it up.
that, like, you have this moment of panic in your mind for a moment. Like, what is happening to your arm when you pull your arm out? Is it going to be 12 feet long? And you shake it off. You push it aside. You don't let it get to you. So you're going to try to pull up whatever it is?
Yeah, I'm gonna go try to pull up the whatever the metallic thing is.
Feeling around, it feels like a center metal pillar or dais of some kind. It doesn't feel like an object you can pick up, but fishing around, you can feel the edges of it with your fingertips. And it's about 6 or 7 inches across. Just enough where you might be able to get your middle finger and your thumb to kind of grip the sides of it. And you can feel that it has some kind of give to it. But you're not going to be able to lift it from here. Your best guess is that it's part of the machinery of the cogs, and it will rise up through the hole if you do something about it.
Tell that to Connor. Hey, Connor, relay that to Alexander, see if he's got any ideas. But I'm not moving from where I'm at right now.
You don't want to pull back your 12-foot long noodle arm?
No, I don't.
Connor relays that info.
Alex, for some reason, Lucius isn't talking to you. He's telling Connor to talk to you.
Because
Tell Lucius I thought of a really vulgar joke, but I'm not going to make it.
I thought that this was like loud, clanky tickingness and stuff, and it was hard to like.
It is,
carry
but
voice over it.
Alexander at his closest is only going to be about right there. Like, he's only going to be 6 feet away from you.
I don't know. Play with it some more.
Why is the
Lucius.
Warlock doing this? Why isn't the Artificer missing with the clockwork monstrosity?
Arms.
Yeah, Lucius, you're not sure what else you could do. I mean, you feel this smooth metallic top to it, and it's round, it's cylindrical, and it feels like it's going to rise up through this hole, and you can tell that because, like, imagine placing your palm flat against something that's designed to kind of telescope out. So you can feel it's not sturdy, it's not solid in whatever base it's set into. It's designed to move. But with just your hands, with just like the tips of your fingers, you don't have the leverage to pull it up against the tension in the system.
Alright, I will attempt to pull my arm out and have a hilarious 12-foot long noodle arm.
And you do for the rest of eternity. No, when you pull your arm
Excellent.
out, at the same time, you see your arm move back through all 10 feet of physical space, even though your arm is still only arm length. But because you passed your saving throw, it doesn't mess with you too much.
Shake my arm out and say, alright, yeah, I can't really get any leverage on it. Maybe something has to prod it? Maybe the halberd was just wasn't long enough?
Connor shrugs, holds out the halberd.
I'll go ahead and take the halberd, push it down there, get as much pressure as I can against it. Try to hit that surface.
Make a strength check.
Okay, sure. Again, to reiterate, noodle arms.
Rigatoni arms.
Yeah, it's like angel hair pasta up in here. That is a 12.
A 12.
Too bad.
You push down with all your strength, and you can feel, like I said, some give in the cylindrical object beneath the smoke. And you do feel it push down very slightly. And what happens is under your feet, you see the cogs jitter in place. So you're pushing down, not with enough strength to move it downward, but enough strength to put some pressure into the system. So there's definitely a link between moving these cogs and moving this cylindrical object in the center of this hole.
Somebody want to switch, and then I can try?
I was just about to shout for Gus.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll take the accumulator button.
Are you heavy enough to push it?
I'm carrying a lot of stuff.
Okay. All right.
If I'm not heavy enough, I'll just start taking stuff out of the bag of holding and put it on top of there.
Gus, you take the community halberd.
Yes, I take my halberd back, and
That's not your halberd anymore. It's everyone's halberd.
It's printed on the side. This halberd is property of Flumph Inc.
like I literally just when he says that, I summon it back to my hand. It's like it's mine.
And what do?
And I'm gonna push the button.
Make a strength check. It's not a button. I never said button. Make a strength check.
Okay, I'm gonna push the button-like object.
It's not a button-like object. It's nothing.
You want to assist me, Connor?
Nothing button-like about it. There's nothing Connor can really do to assist you. You're using your own strength
Yeah.
to push a pole down into a hole. What do you want him to do?
What do I want him to do?
Unless he's got a magical way to do
Folders.
it, like a magic cigarette or something.
That's not me.
No, it's not. But
I can give him a good berry.
how much was the strength roll?
Give me a good berry. That's a 10.
So, yeah, you feel the exact same thing that Lucius did. There's definitely a way to move this cylinder up and down, and it's definitely, you see some jittering in the cogs under your feet as you push it.
Let's spin the cogs some more. Just spin them a bunch in one direction and see what happens.
Which one and which direction?
Go center clockwise.
Okay.
It's like Wheel of Fortune in it.
You move the
Okay,
center
yeah.
clog a full rotation clockwise, and you hear the soft click from down in the hole.
Just keep going.
How many times?
I'm gonna stick the halberd down there while he's spinning it.
Okay.
See if we.
Feeling with the tip of the halberd, you can feel the halberd moving slightly as Lucius is moving the cog clockwise. And then it's about to come to a full rotation, it moves downward slightly. And then you hear the soft click.
Okay, so we've stuck biological parts through this, right?
Theoretically.
Theoretically. Have we,
Yeah, Lucius is allegedly biological.
what I'm saying is, like, we've been through the black smoke in, like, one of these rooms right here, right? If I recall correctly.
Correct. There was the 3-layer shaft that you... no, there was no smoke in the shaft. There was smoke in this hole that you had to descend into.
Okay, yeah. All right. I'm going to hand Connor the halberd, and I'm gonna jump in the hole.
No, the hole's not wide enough.
Oh, you're gonna ruin
Yeah,
my
it's
fun.
No,
like,
it's
we're, like, talking,
it's
like-
the correct size to put your arm down into, but you can't jump down into it.
Oh, okay.
If only you had Mad Metal's arm, you could just drop it down.
Right.
What's next?
We didn't think to bring him.
Can I have a cigarette and a flash of genius from, and then try the strength check again?
I'm completely zapped on Flash of the Geniuses, but I can try and give you a cigarette and then get a 0. I'll hop into this room and see if I can cast guidance when I'm not in the room with the accumulator.
Okay.